Hi, today I'm going to be doing a review on my Badlands Bino X harness system. I've had these I think 5 or 6 years now. For the most part I'm pretty happy with them. I mean, they've been on every single hunt I've been on for the last 5 years. They retail for about $110, I think is what I saw today. And so I'm going to get into some of the features that I like and some of the things that I dislike and stuff that I've modified on them for myself. So I love the magnetic system. It's pretty quiet. It's they're really reliable. I have gotten in some places where I had a lot of stuff and was leaning over to like crawl over logs, or just crawl in general, and had these pop open, and then, then the contents falls out and drags on the ground. You're trying to be quiet, and that's a little frustrating. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with that, the function of them. One thing I really can't stand, and I need to just like get on the Badlands website or call them and see if they can send me one of the different strap systems, because I'm not a super big fan of this guy right here. And I don't know how well you can see it, but it's actually, that's about an inch thick. And their idea here, I think, is so if you want to go scout and don't want to take a whole backpack full of stuff, you actually have a deal for a bladder in here, which, like, I'd rather just pack my backpack, and I normally do anyways because I like to have, fire starting stuff and first aid kit and things like that when I'm hiking around the mountains. So when I sit in a tree stand or I'm driving in between spots in the pickup, that little ball digs into my back right in between my shoulder blades. And so that's the only thing about these that I really can't stand, and I need to just figure out how to fix that on my own. Call them, get a different harness, because they make ones that are low profile and don't have that. The other thing that I wished that they'd had was something for your rangefinder, and eventually I'm going to swap to a bino rangefinder system, because there's a lot of good options out there, and I feel like they're faster and you don't have to pack as much stuff. But that's for a different day. Someday we're going to start reviewing some of those guys. But anyways, so they had the Alps Extreme little rangefinder case at Sportsman's a while back, and I bought one and just ran the Velcro through the edges. It's a little sloppy, but I mean it's pretty tight and sturdy, and it's magnetic also. You just have to be a little careful, like when I'm hunting. A lot of times when I'm into game and I know I'm gonna need to pull my rangefinder out, I'll stick my magnets in between, and it will kind of hold it up. And I wish Badlands would come up with their own system that was a little better in this regard. We were within about 80 yards of an elk this year that was bugling at us during archery season, and I was focusing on where he was bugling from and didn't pay very good attention, and I got my rangefinder strap in between here, like so, and I was ranging some trees in case this bull came in, and as I'm pulling my rangefinder out, trying to be super quiet, and when that popped, it snapped like that. And so the guy I was hunting with just looked at me like I was an idiot, and I probably was. I should have paid better attention to where this strap was running when I did all that, but things happen when the adrenaline's pumping, and it didn't actually cause that bull to quit talking to us. But anyways, those are my feelings on the Badlands Bino X. I wish that there was some kind of little attachment to make this like lock itself in, to where when you don't need it, you could make sure it stayed closed if you were in like really rough country or having to use your hands and stuff to crawl up mountains, or belly crawl. It'd be really nice to just have something on here where you could just lock it in, that was also quiet. The other thing that I'd really like is late season archery here. As you're creeping through the timber, it's really nice to leave your bag open to where you don't have to pull it down as you're still hunting through the timber. So in the drizzling rain, it is impossible to keep your binos dry. And when it's drizzling and you open this thing up, like I've kind of learned as I'm cruising along to, I take my gloves, or I take my gloved hand, put it over the top of my binos and open this thing up and pull it out, because after a little while, I mean, your eyepieces are just drenched. And so it'd be, I personally would love it if they added, like made the top a little easier to get to your binos, and then put like a little waterproof flap over the top where you can just walk around with them opened up like this with a little rain shell, and then be able to pull them out from the shell, bring them up, glass the timber as you're creeping along. But anyways, other than that, I'm pretty happy with these. There's plenty of room in them. These are a set of Vortex Viper 12 to 50s. Maybe I'll review these on another day. And so they're a little bit bigger bino, and they have plenty of room in here. And I pack all kinds of stuff, snacks and whatever else in there. So that's my review of the Badlands Bino X harness. Have a great day.